Dear Emery, early morning in Naples. I have the street to myself this morning for my 15,000 steps. I have something to share with you this morning that I have never shared really with anybody else before. It is something that I've learned in the last handful of years that has made a huge difference in my personal life and in my business life. And I want to share that with you this morning. It is a top 1% of 1% pro tip that I want to give to you so that you can use it in your life. It is what I call the power of using your subconscious mind. People talk about all the time, they talk about, mental strength, mental toughness, being self-aware, which are all critical to your success. But one of the things that your dad has learned to do over time is use my subconscious to help me achieve my goals in my life. So I sleep 8 hours per night. Your mom and I go to bed at 10 p.m. and I get up at 5:59, so 8 hours sleep. I require 8 hours sleep. Rest is a weapon. But I use those hours instead of just sleeping the 8 hours. Something I've learned through my background as a coach, an athletic coach in hockey and in tennis. I've learned to use those 8 hours to my advantage. I've learned to use my subconscious. So I was taught this by the great Matt Fury. Matt is one of my colleagues. I've long studied Matt's mental trainings and his email copywriting abilities, one of the world's best in those two areas. And Matt talked about using your time when you're sleeping to find solutions to questions that you may have. So let me give you an example. Your subconscious works when you're sleeping. So just before I go to sleep at night, after your mom and I do our gratitude every night before bed, it's the very last thing we do before we turn the lights out and go to sleep, is we ask each other, what are we grateful for that day? And your mom will list 3, 4, 5 things that she's grateful. They can be big things, they can be small things. They're different every single day. And then I'll do the same. I'll list 3 or 4 or 5 things that I'm grateful for that day. It can be things as simple as, if it rained that day, or if it was sunny that day, or for a warm bed to sleep in, or our health, or clean foods to eat, or clean water to drink. Little details in our lives that we're grateful for. So when I'm done that, I immediately close my eyes and turn off the lights. And the very last thing I do before I close my eyes and go to sleep is I give my subconscious one thing to do for the 8 hours that I'm going to be sleeping. And I started doing this about a year and a half ago, and it is so powerful. I can't explain how powerful it is when you are looking for solutions, when you have a question or something in your life that's bothering you, or you don't know what to do, you have a difficult decision. Ask your subconscious the question and then sleep on it. Ask your subconscious the question and then go to sleep on it. You know how there's the old saying, I'll sleep on a decision. Well, the reason that is such an accurate statement is because sleeping on something is a good thing to do. especially a big decision, because it gives your subconscious the opportunity to go through it and decide whether that's the right decision for you. So that part of it is very, very important. Now, one of the things that I do, one of the things I ask for questions is a lot of the content that I'm creating for, good morning, for content for newsletters and the telegrams that I'm writing every week to my Diamond members, the content for my weekly masterminds. When I go to sleep at night, one of the things that I'll ask myself is, what should I write about tomorrow in my newsletter to help the most men? Or I'll ask a question, how can I best serve my brothers tomorrow during the mastermind? So these are just specific questions of how I can serve others through my writing, through my speaking, through my masterminds. One of the questions I ask a lot, and I only ask one question per night, is what should I speak about on my video to my daughter Emery tomorrow? So I did that last night. I wasn't sure what I was going to speak about today for my Dear Emery video, and then it came to me. I said, what should I asked my subconscious, what should I speak about tomorrow to my daughter Emery, and that will have the most impact in her life in the future. Well, I wake up this morning, I open up my eyes, I splash some water on my face, I brush my teeth, I say my prayers, and as I'm putting my clothes on to go and do my road work, this pops into my mind. The thing that I should be sharing today with my daughter and sharing with my elite brothers is exactly how I use my subconscious it's a superpower. My subconscious is a superpower. That's 8 hours of time, depending upon how long you sleep. That's 8 hours that you can be using your mind to work on challenges in your life, or work on questions that you have, or work on things that have been, bothering you, or you don't know what to, you've got writer's block, or you're stalled, or you have a big decision to make about work, or a big decision in your personal life. Just ask your subconscious before you go to sleep what you should do. And it's amazing the simplicity of one simple question. And then when you rise in the morning, do not be surprised if, the solution or the answer is waiting for you. Today is a writing day for your dad, so today is one of the 2 days where I really write and put together my monthly newsletter. So my newsletter is 22 pages, and I write articles throughout the month. I write every single day for an hour. But this is one of the days where I put it all together, where I put all the articles together, and I start to proof and edit it so that we can ship it and print it to all of our brothers. And so last night, that's the important question, is, what else should I write? What else should I include in this month's world building, Michael McLean world building letter that will have the most impact? Once again, I'm asking a question: how can I serve my clients, my members, my brothers even more? What can I write? What can I include in this month's Michael McLean World Building newsletter that can have an even greater impact for the men that I'm serving? So I wake up this morning, not only, I got ideas on what to shoot a video with you, but I also have been asking the newsletter question for the last couple nights before last night. So I have a list of things that I'm going to write about today with the newsletter. And last night, the single question I asked myself was, what should I shoot today's video on for Dear Emery? I wake up, open my eyes, boom, there's the answer right in front of me. I guess I learned a lot of that as a pro and amateur hockey coach, where you gotta go with your golden gut, you gotta go with your intuition. A lot of times you gotta roll the dice, you gotta go all in, and a lot of decisions don't make sense to the logical mind. And that's great coaches. Great coaches have a golden gut. Great sports coaches have, they listen to their intuition. They understand and they see things and that other people don't see. They go with the hot quarterback, or they go with the hot pitcher, or they pitch hit or pitch run, or they change up the lineup after a loss, and all these different things that make great coaches. But good morning. But that's a huge thing, is using that 8 hours of sleeping time to your advantage. So here's what to do. Every night, sweetheart, before you go to sleep, you write in your journal your gratitude and your goals. And then before you shut off the light, or even shut off the light and you lay down, you put your head on your pillow, just take 30 seconds. Just take 30 seconds and take a couple of deep breaths before you go off to sleep. And after 2 deep breaths, just ask yourself a question that you want answered. Ask your subconscious a question that you are struggling with to answer during the day, and ask your subconscious to work on it that night. Ask yourself a question, whatever it is in your life that needs answering. Just ask a simple single question, and then take another deep breath and fall fast asleep. And you will be amazed when you rise in the morning how often you have these different solutions, different viewpoints, how, the way you frame things has changed. And every morning that you do this, every evening that you do this, you're going to wake up that morning with solutions instead of problems and challenges. Whatever it is that you need an answer for in your life, put your subconscious to work. 8 hours a night, your subconscious is designed to work on questions that maybe your conscious mind can't solve. That's a thing. Maybe your conscious mind hasn't been able to solve these questions, to answer these questions for you. So put your subconscious mind to work every night by asking a simple question that your subconscious will work on while you sleep. I hope you find that helpful. That's something that is next level, that I have found is so simple to add to my life. And the reason I've added it to my world in the last year since I discovered it is I have to create, sweetheart, a lot of content. I've got to write, a daily email. I've got to shoot a daily video. I've got to write a telegram to my Diamond members every week. I have to write a 22-page monthly world-building newsletter every month. I've got 2 masterminds to facilitate, books to write, speeches to prepare. So I have got to have consistent content of value for my brothers. And I have found asking my subconscious for ideas, for topics, for things that will make a measurable difference in my clients' lives has been a huge advantage. I'm now using not just my conscious mind during the day, but I'm using the power of my unconscious mind, my subconscious mind, when I'm sleeping at night. Give your mind the opportunity when it's sleeping to percolate with ideas. That's what it is. You're sleeping, your subconscious mind is working anyways. Train it to work on you, what you want it to work on. Whatever question you ask, it will percolate on that idea for 8 hours. And when you wake up in the morning, Do not be surprised if the solution and the answer is waiting for you. The mind is a supercomputer. Your brain is a supercomputer. Make sure that you're not using it just for 16 hours. Make sure that you're using it for all 24. Your subconscious is your friend when you give it direction. That's it. That's all. If you don't have a copy of my book, How to Not Get Your Ass Kicked in Business and Life, men, you can get a copy, a physical hard copy at nobullbook.com. That's nobullbook.com. If you're new to my videos, that's the very first step, is to purchase a copy of my hard paper and ink book. I'll send you one of these black at hashtag badass be relentless t-shirts for free. You pay for the book and I'll throw in the shirt for free, and I'll pay for the shipping worldwide. You pay for the book. Go to nobullbook.com. It is a 300-page beast of my 25 top badass millionaire rules for helping you live life and do business on your own terms, a life of personal sovereignty. If you've read my book and you want to get one-on-one coaching from me and be surrounded by like-minded elite men, elite husbands, elite fathers, and elite entrepreneurs, I have 2 masterminds that you can apply for. badassworldbuilders.com is the one that you begin with. Go to badassworldbuilders.com. Apply for your seat in my 12-month online mastermind. We meet every second Wednesday for 2 hours. You are surrounded by winners, cleaners, closers, rainmakers, elite husbands, elite fathers, other coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and businessmen. That is badassworldbuilders.com. Apply for your seat. We'll get on the phone. We'll talk about whether you're a fit or not, and go from there. The deadline is coming up in 2 days to get in for before the end of January. So do that today. That's it. I said to you last night, Emery, when we were done reading, we were reading our Success is Not a Secret book, which is a book about all these amazing people that have changed the world, who nobody thought could even accomplish anything. The greats of our world, the Muhammad Alis, the Helen Kellers, the Nelson Mandelas, the Henry Fords. It just went on. This book is just full. And every night we read about 2 of these people, every second night when I read to my daughter. And after we were reading last night, I was saying to you, and I hope you remember these things once you're a little bit older. But I said, I asked you, I said, who do you have to love? And your answer, Emery, was me. I have to love myself. And I said, who do you have to respect? And you answered, myself. And I said, why do you have to love and respect yourself, Emery? And you said, so that I can love and respect other people. Nothing is more important than love and respect, giving respect and love to people who respect and loved you. Never, ever, ever, never give respect to somebody who doesn't respect you. But it's very important that you learn to love and respect yourself by the time you watch these videos, you're well on your way to that. But it's really important that you learn to love yourself first and respect yourself, so that you then can love and respect other people. That's it for today. 2 words that change my life. 2 words that'll change your life. Be relentless.